The state of meta ads is completely diabolical for direct-to-consumer e-commerce brands right now. And this is coming from someone who spent over $350 million on the platform and someone who's driven over $1.8 billion in meta ads attributable revenue. And the landscape right now is completely ridiculous. There's so much stuff going on all at the same time. And if you're new to this, new to the industry, new as an e-com brand, you got to be like, what the F is going on? Because there is so much going on all at once. And so in this video, I'm going to be talking about the state of meta ads, everything that's happening, what to make of it truly, and I'll leave you with some nuggets at the end on how to actually play this out for your e-com brand as a new e-com brand. And there's probably going to be some nuggets for you more intermediate to mature e-commerce brands as well. I want to talk about why it hasn't gotten this bad. And really, one of the main things is just social media in general has heightened to a degree with TikTok, X, with Instagram, right? These are footholds in our society. People are spending 5, 10, 15 hours a day on these platforms, right? So people are living on these platforms. And this also goes for e-commerce brand owners, right? Everyone is getting their information from these platforms, and the people, the gurus, are the talking heads, and they're able to feed all this information to everyone across all the platforms, right? Even including YouTube, right? So there's more wealth of information than ever before because of the rise of social media and how far it's gone now. Everyone now that's born since like 2000 is digitally native. All they know is social media. That is where they learn everything from, right? And so now we're in this era where everyone's digitally native and they're learning everything from other people on the internet, when it wasn't like that before, right? And then in the last 2-3 years, AI, we opened up that can of worms. There's no going back down. And with that has come rapid innovation, if you want to call it that, with inside all the ad platforms, inside of e-com, all the SaaSes, all the softwares, right, that you can use now to source products, to make creative, right? All these different things, to AI agents, to automate everything, automate your advertising. It is insane. There's just so much stuff going on. And so I just want to go over all the different things for specifically meta ads for direct-to-consumer e-commerce brands, and want to just talk about how nuts it is and how to sift from what matters from what doesn't matter. There's a whole lot of noise going on all the time, and to be honest, I'm just sick of it. I'm sick of everyone saying you should only be doing this, you should only be doing that. If you don't do this, your brand's gonna fail, or if you don't do this, you're dumb, you're stupid, right? It's exhausting. So first thing I want to talk about is bidding. So one of the most highly debated topics nowadays on X. It's just everyone thinks they're literally freaking Einstein with their bid strategies. Majority of people should just be using highest volume. Undoubtedly. Everyone who glazes the meta ads algorithm, if you glaze it so hard, you should be glazing highest volume then as well, because that's what majority of people should be on. You don't need to be dabbling in all these manual bids. But really, what are your options? You have value optimization, which is in highest volume with no constraints. You have minimum ROAS, which is value optimization with minimum ROAS target. So again, it's a manual bid under value optimization. You have cost caps, right, which is a cost per result goal, where you are trying to average out to a certain CPA. And then you have bid caps, right? Everyone's doing these inflated budgets with really tiny bids, $1 million budgets, launching thousands of AI ads under this, right? And so there's way too much swimming out there. Bidding has become this whole thing where these guys just think they're like literally, what's that one movie? Good Will Hunting. They're like, it's not that deep. That's one of the biggest takeaways I'm gonna give you, is that everything is not that deep. Moving on to the creative side, we have AI copywriting, AI images, AI videos, AI GIFs. Well, we have human static images, human videos, carousels, right? Founder ads, customer UGC, influencer UGC. So many different creatives to choose from. There's just so much stuff people are inundated with now. On a campaign side, we have people preaching the one campaign only, or the 2 campaigns only, or Advantage Plus no exclusions, Advantage customer exclusions, Advantage Plus full exclusions, exclude anyone who's ever interacted with your brand, right? ABO testing, CBO testing, broad interests, lookalikes. So interest lookalikes are taboo now. No one wants to do those anymore. They don't work. It's against the algorithm, right? Retargeting, oh shit. 2 years ago, everyone was saying don't do retargeting anymore. Now everyone's talking about doing retargeting again. And then some people are still talking down on it, right? And so dynamic product ads. Actually one of the best meta ads products of all time. Most successful, they said, behind the original Advantage Plus product. And then whitelisting and partnership ads, which everyone's acting like it's like this whole new thing that we've been doing for 8 years. They just branded it as partnership ads and made it easier to do, but it's whitelisting, and it's my opinion, it's an inferior form of whitelisting because you're connecting the pages. You don't want that connection because it's gonna skew your reach, right? But those are all the campaigns. Obviously, there's upper funnel campaigns too, optimizing for upper funnel events, initiate checkout, add to cart, view content, page views, leads, right? Engagement campaigns, awareness, like there's all things that most brands should never ever even touch. And then scaling methods, how you actually scale your budgets. There's the horizontal scaling. Well, people would just duplicate shit, duplicate, right? Or there's like the 10% method where you increase 10% every day, right? My method, which I think is the best, the double up method, you double that budget when things are popping off, right? But there's nuance. I don't always double budgets every time. I use a mix of everything depending on the brand. And there's offers. Everyone says, oh, it's offer is everything. Mostly the drop shippers who say that stuff, gray hat, black hat, whatever you want to call these guys. It's all about the offer, dude. How about like making a brand and a product? It's all about really the brand, but just trying to run up a quick bag. Yes, it really is only about the offer. And then you have your pop-up offer, right? That pops up when you land on the page, right? You can have ad-only offers where you have offers on the ad. Offer funnels. You have a bunch of different offers that have different funnels attached to them that different people can go down. Subscription offers, post-purchase upsells. And then move on to the website. You have home pages, collection pages, product pages, landing pages, advertorials, listicles, quiz funnels, right? So much stuff for people to keep track. Not to mention retention, email and SMS, all the flows. Welcome, browse abandoned cart, abandoned checkout, site abandonment, category abandoned, favorite abandoned. You can have post-purchase, customer win-back flow, replenishment flows, cross-sell flow, upsell flow, espresso shot flows. And so my point in sharing all this is that there is so much information out there for brand owners to digest that as a new brand owner, what do you even do? In some ways, it's better, I think, if you don't go on YouTube, you don't go searching for too much things, because then you get indoctrinated amongst all these different people's dogmatic way of thinking. And that is completely the opposite of what I teach, what I believe. I believe in it's not one or the other. I believe in it's both. It's everything. It's whatever works for your brand. I believe in keeping it simple. I believe in not becoming too attached to any one strategy. Even my own strategies that I love, don't get too attached to it. It's all about being profitable and staying in the game, surviving as an e-commerce brand. I will never put my opinions over success of my brand or success of other people's brands. I will be the first to say I'm wrong, or hey, I was wrong in that situation, or hey, this strategy is not working right now. But those out there that say it's this way only, gotta stay away from these people. But if you're real, you can make a massive impact, have a massive brand, and have a massive cult following and make a lot of money. And the key to that is being able to see through all of this and just focus on exactly what works for your brand. So if you're a new brand owner, the number one thing you need to focus on is your ideal customer profile to start. Who is the optimal person that would buy my product over anybody else? Who does my product suit more than anybody else? Whose pains does it solve for anyone else? Or if it's apparel, who is it that will look the best in this clothing over anyone else? Who is this person? That is all your focus should be on your creative, on your copywriting, on your email, on your SMS, on your website. Everything should be fashioned around for this individual so they can be primed and ready to buy this product that's going to benefit them. It's really that simple. And yes, you're gonna have all the elements I talked about, but keep it simple. Find out what works for your own brand and just do more of that. You don't need to introduce all these complicated things that you read on X, on YouTube. If you watch even my videos, I keep it very simple. You can get away, it gets 100K a month, even more than that with just an ABO testing campaign. A winning static ad, a winning video ad, and then you can iterate on those, right? You can get to 6 figures a month with just that, with the basic email and SMS flows, right? But yes, everything you want to be customized to your brand. Don't just go pick up these strategies from someone off the internet and just apply them to your brand and copy and paste them. That's not the way to do it. It's the way to figure out what works specifically for your brand. And yes, there is things that should work for everyone. Yes, I believe everyone should have a testing campaign. It can be ABO or it can be CBO. But the way the algorithm works now, I think it is a good idea. But the rest after that, a lot of that's up for debate, and a lot of that should be customized to your unique brand. So if you're a brand owner who's heard of all the things I talked about and is like, what the F is going on? You might already be doing revenue, maybe 1,000, 5,000, 10K, 20K a month. But if you're like, I don't want to have to sift through all this noise on my own. I don't want to have to figure this out on my own and burn thousands and thousands of dollars doing it. I want to have that hockey hockey stick growth very quickly and I want to do it profitably, then I can help you. I have a program called Meta Ads at Scale, and I help e-commerce brands at any stage of growth scale profitably with Meta Ads. I have like 15 case studies, about 100 plus brands in my group taking to 6, 7, 8 figures. I love this. I have my own brand called Rugtimize, who I've scaled to 400K a month. We're steps away from $1 million a month. I talk about that inside the program. But what's so great about this program, it's a 6-month program, and I build you out a 6-month growth plan, and we give you everything I talked about exactly custom built for your brand. What creatives you should be running, video and image ads, what campaigns you should be running, what email and SMS flows you need to set up, the campaign cadence you need to have, your website. We give you CRO optimizations. We audit your whole website, right? And we have one-on-one calls and weekly group coaching calls, and we coach you to your goals. And we have a guarantee. If we cannot at least double your best month, we will work with you for free past the 6 months until we get you there. And so if your best month was 100K a month, all right, 200K a month is our goal. If we beat that, then after 6 months, you can stay inside the program via one of our inner circle mentorships or inner circle memberships. But if we don't hit that, we'll continue working with you one-on-one until we hit that goal. Again, that's how confident myself and my team are in our system. And the proof is really in the case studies. The proof is in my resume, my brand, who I've taken from 0 to 400K a month. We're steps away from $1 million a month, and we're about to raise a massive round and go to unicorn level. Again, this is one of the only programs out there where you're working one-on-one with me. I've spent $350 million. I'm still in the cockpit. I'm still doing it. I'm not like these other guys who don't even run ads anymore. They just make short form content videos now, right? I'm not that guy. Yes, I'm trying to do short form content, but I'm really in the trenches spending millions of dollars a month on my own brand, on other brands. And I love this. I love this shit. I'm born for this shit. I'm born to help brand owners like you reach your dreams, reach your goals, escape your 9-to-5 if you have one, and live the life of your dreams. We've had 4 to 5 people in my program because of their e-com brand, because they scaled it so successfully and profitably inside and after our program. They quit their 9-to-5s and they're full-time living their dream life as an e-com brand owner. And that is my purpose, is to help you get there. Help you get there if that's what you want. So hit the link in the description, watch the video, you can apply to Meta Ads at Scale, book a free strategy call. You'll either be talking to me, my right-hand man, Steve. We'll talk to you and figure out if it's a good fit. Thanks for watching this video. I'll see you in the next one.